Welcome back, Aussie Backyard Harvest. I'm Jay, and today we're checking the beehive. It's been a little bit over a week. In our last video, we found the queen, and we've seen that there was lots of eggs. This week, we're going to see if it's starting to get filled out now, and see how long it'll be until we need to put them into a full-size hive. I'm going to add some smoke, and we'll open it up and have a look. So the bee numbers are looking really good. I can see down in there already. Last time we had a look, we had 3 empty or almost empty frames on the left, and the 2 full ones were on the right. I've moved one of the empty ones across to see if we could get it to fill up. So we'll start pulling them out and we'll have a bit of a look. They're looking really nice and calm at the moment. We'll start with the frame that I'm expecting the queen to be on, and we'll see if we can find her straight away. If you can see the queen before we can, pop in a timestamp of where she is. Alright, I can see that there is larvae in this section here. You can see the white little worms in there. They're baby bees before they get capped over for the final stage. There's more in that area there, and there's some smaller ones on that side. I can't see the queen at the moment, but there's also no brand new eggs on this side, so we'll turn it over and see if she's on the other side. Okay, I can't see the queen. There is baby bees, but no eggs as yet. Hopefully she's moved over to another frame. There's honey at the top of this one, and then worker bee eggs at the bottom, or capped brood. So we will put this one back in and we'll try a different frame. This frame's a lot lighter, but there's a lot of bees working on drawing the comb out, which hadn't been happening last week. So they put in a fair bit of work in the last week. Just having a look over it to see if I can see any queen. Oh, there it is, perfect. And he's just found the queen right in the middle. You can see her here. I'll have a bit of a closer look on this one and see if I can see any eggs. She may have just jumped across when I pulled that last frame out. I can't see any eggs at the moment, but knowing the queen's in there, I will keep looking at another couple of frames. There's pollen on this one, and what they call bee bread, which is what they feed to the babies. A quick look on the other side. I'm not expecting anything on this side. Oh wow, they've actually drawn out a fair bit of comb. I have a bee up my shirt. Give me a second. Let me get that bee out before it decides to sting me. Alright, we're back. Just add a little bit of smoke. The bees in the hive are really calm. There's quite a few flying around us at the moment. I'm guessing with their bees finally starting to get their numbers up, that they're going to start being a little bit more crazy around the hive. This one should be honey. It's actually really heavy, so we'll see in there. It's honey across the top, but it is worker bees across the bottom. This end here is being built out fresh there's a lot of uncapped honey that you're looking at now. I'll have to keep an eye because it has come, I'm not sure if I can get the angle there, quite a fair bit further out than the edge of the frame. So we'll keep an eye on that. I don't want them to be building up too much comb to make it too hard to get the frames in and out. I'll look at the other side. Same with this one, honey across the top, worker bees at the bottom. Try and see if there's any eggs on this one. There's a lot younger pupa, or I think they're called. Yeah, there's eggs in all of these cells here. You see those tiny little white lines? Those are the eggs. So the queen's still laying well. By the look of that, almost all of those cells there are full. The more I'm looking at it now, almost every cell is full on the top half of that, or even more than the top half. So the queen is still laying really well. Pop this frame back in, and we will look at the next two, which I'm expecting to be quite empty. They were almost completely empty last week. They hadn't even drawn the comb. They've got a little bit more drawn out, but not anything crazy. So we're still a few weeks away from needing to up the size of their home. This one, they've got pollen, and they're just working on drawing it out by the look of that. And we will look at the very last hive, but I could see the very last frame, but I could see with that one out that it's almost empty. So this one is where the queen started laying before those two full frames got put in. So they've done this little tiny area of eggs and honey. The workers have been hatching out, because where these empty cells are here, they were capped up last weekend. Go to the other side, same thing. This was all capped. It's now empty. So the worker bees have been hatching from these frames as well. So overall, I'm really happy with the way the hive's looking. We'll give it another week, potentially 2 weeks before we have another look in here. But with all the plants in this area really starting to flower and get into spring, I won't be surprised if they start filling these frames up really quickly. So I will put the lid back on and let all the bees that are flying around back into their home. If you'd like to see where we go with our bees, watch us put them into bigger boxes and eventually harvest some honey, hopefully later in the summer. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on this video, and hang around with us so we can show you the rest of our garden.